presentation shall discuss and analyse the development issue of Indigenous rights, specifically in relation to the Mapuche people in Chile. First, a definition. Human development is defined as the process of enlarging people's freedoms and opportunities and improving their well-being. In 1995, economist Mabab al-Haq recognized that economic growth was not the only sign of human development. Rather than focusing on wealth, al-Haq's work reflected the need to explore other aspects of human development, focusing on the well-being of individuals through other means like health, education, and living standards. This figure from the United Nations Development Programme shows the features that are foundation of human development and the features that are circumstantial. The foundation features directly impact human life, while the circumstantial aspects are features that create conditions that allow humans to flourish and develop. Degrees of development have been facilitated by globalism and capitalism, yet it is only a specific type of development that generally benefits the global north. And whilst there have been improvements to human development over the past decades, this progress has not reached all lives equally. A combination of economic, social, political, and cultural barriers systematically excludes certain types of people. For example, women, migrants, refugees, disabled peoples, ethnic minorities, and indigenous peoples. We will focus on the indigenous peoples in Chile, called the Mapuche. The Mapuche are the indigenous peoples of the area known as Chile today. The Mapuche have faced conflict and development issues from the beginning of colonization, through the spread of capitalist societies and the rise and fall of dictatorship, to the re-democratization of Chile. In the 19th century, the Chilean army invaded the Araucanía region, which was autonomous Mapuche land. The government claimed the land for private owners and lumber and foresting companies. This took away Mapuche resources that allowed them to develop sustainably. Tensions between impoverished indigenous peasants and private landowners escalated as the Mapuche attempted to reclaim the land that they live off, leading to violence and destruction. A lasting legacy of colonization is a social hierarchy that leaves the Mapuche a minority that is discriminated against because of their indigenous status. The privatization of land led to a strong economy for the Chileans, which helped their economic development and increased their GDP. The government subsidized the indigenous population, but without their land to live off, the Mapuche were further pushed into poverty. This is one example of how human development cannot be solely measured by economic means and wealth. To do this is a major obstacle to human development in the region where there are similar situations happening all over Latin America. Amartya Sen is an Indian economist who argued that the aim of development should be measured in terms of the well-being and flourishment of individuals. He believed that this cannot be achieved solely through economic means like an individual's increase in wealth. Sen reasoned that other factors were necessary for development. Factors of social equality, health, education, and living standards. This capabilities approach has been instrumental in understanding human development in cases of marginalized peoples such as the Mapuche. Today, the Mapuche are the poorest, least educated, and most malnourished citizens of Chile. This is synonymous with other indigenous populations all over the world, where native populations have been exploited by the global north.
Created using Powtoon.